fear is a mile wide and an inch deep. And so it looks like this ocean that you're going to step into and drown. But as soon as you step into it, you realize it was not that deep at all, and you can keep walking through it. And I just love that visual, because a lot of times when it's like we have this anxiety around this big decision we have to make, if you actually take the step and realize that it's not death, you're not going to drown him.
The smallest choice carries weight. Every yes and every no creates momentum. And momentum is either carrying you toward the person you want to be or away from it. That is why I tell people, be careful what you say yes to. A careless yes can chain you to mediocrity for years, but a wise yes can open doors of abundance for decades. And let me give you this warning, you cannot escape the harvest. You can delay it, but you cannot escape it. If you neglect your health, maybe you don't feel the consequence this week, but in 5 years, in 10 years, it will come knocking. If you neglect your relationships, maybe you don't see the damage today, but years later, you will feel the emptiness. If you neglect your discipline with money, maybe the debt collectors don't call today, but one day they will. Life is patient, but it is precise. It always delivers back what you planted. But here's the empowering side of this truth. If you start today, you can also plant new seed.
Think of the average soul. He hesitates. He begins a task, but already whispers excuses in his heart, already rehearses how he will explain away his defeat. He tells his friends, if it doesn't work out, I'll try something else. And so life grants him exactly what he prepared for. Half victories, broken ventures, dreams abandoned in mid-course.
If you will change, everything will change for you. You don't have to change what's outside. All you've got to change is what's inside. To have more, you simply have to become more. And then he said, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills. Start working on yourself, making these personal changes. And he said, it'll all change for you.
You can have what you want in 5 years. But there's 2 conditions. You have to know what it is, and you have to aim at it. Figure out what you want. Write it down. Figure out what you could do to start moving towards that. Okay. Do that with your family relationships. Do that with your friendships. Do that with your career. Do that with your education. Think about your misuse of alcohol and drugs and other things that might drag you down. Develop a vision. And you have to do that in dialogue with yourself, right? It's like, if I could have what I wanted, what would satisfy me? And you might think, well, I could never get that. And I could say, well, maybe not, but I'll tell you one thing, man. You can move towards it. And I know almost all the pleasure is in the moving toward.
And I had one of the greatest lessons I ever learned, and I'm about to share it with you. This will be worth the price of being here today if you can capture what I'm about to share with you. Here's what Mr. Shoaff said. Set a goal to become a millionaire. And he said, here's why. For what it will make of you to achieve it. And I got one of the greatest classes in one sentence I've ever received in my life. Set a goal that'll make you stretch that far. For what it will make of you to achieve it. What a brand new reason for setting goals. And here's why. The greatest value in life is not what you get. The greatest value in life is what you become.
Daily ritual of repetition must become your law, not your option. Your law. The subconscious does not pause. It does not wait. It continues to absorb whatever is repeated. And if you do not give it commands, the world will. The noise, the fear, the criticism, the culture, it will reprogram you in silence. And you won't know it's happening until your results reflect your disobedience. That is why you must guard your evenings, protect your repetition, defend your declarations. These phrases are more than words. They are the armor of your mind. Without them, you are exposed to every influence that seeks to weaken your belief. Do not skip. Do not delay. Do not postpone. Even when tired, speak them. Even when busy, repeat them. Even when uninspired, declare them, especially then. The subconscious never argues. It does not weigh facts. It does not ask whether a command is reasonable. It accepts and obeys whatever is repeated with emotion. If you declare yourself weak, it engraves weakness. If you declare yourself strong, it engraves strength.
The rule, it's a pretty straightforward rule when you want to get back on your feet. And the rule is you have to make the task small enough so that you'll do it, no matter how small that is. If you make the task small enough, I've never seen anyone not be able to progress if they made the task small enough.
Never complain, never explain. What that means is if you don't like the way things are, then it's up to you to change them. And if you're not willing to take steps to change them, then don't complain about them. Just simply accept them. Men who are men and women who are women don't complain about the difficulties of life. They just accept them as the difficulties of life, and they either do something about them or they don't say anything. So if it's to be, it's up to me. If it's to be, it's up to you.
You're not going to score on every shot.
Right.
Doesn't mean you shouldn't take the shots. Doesn't mean you shouldn't try to hit the goal. But part of being able to continue to take shots is to have the strength of character to tolerate the fact that in that instance you weren't on top.
Do you know that the harder thing to do and the right thing to do are usually the same thing? Nothing that has meaning is easy.
Don't ask for security, ask for adventure. Somebody says, yeah, but I'm looking for safety and security. Fine, then huddle in a corner. We'll cover you with a sheet, bring you 3 meals a day. And we'll protect you, feed you, look after you, care for you. We won't let anything happen to you, and you'll probably live to be 100. The guy said, well, yeah, I'd live to be 100. But what a way to live. Right. What a way to live, safe and secure. Better to live 30 years full of adventure than 100 years safe in the corner.
Like you go to work, you put your suit and tie on. I go into suffering every day. Every day, suffering, being broken, duct taping my feet up, stress fractures, shin splints, being broken. This is my new norm. And your mind says, if we're not broken, this ain't normal. We gotta be broken. So then your mind starts to get tougher and tougher and more callous. People, how did you run on broken feet? Broken shins. My mind knew this is how we operate. We're in Navy SEAL training. This is what we are. I became hell. And that became my new norm. I gave myself no way out. There was nothing outside these walls of hell. Nothing. I love God, but for a short period of time, I became the devil because that was hell. I became the boss, the owner, the CEO of Navy SEAL training. That was my mindset. And that's how you get through things. What if? It's the what if I can pull off a fucking miracle. What if I can become someone that no one thinks I can be? Body's broken, mind's broken, spirit's broken. I started to say, what if I can pull this off?
This is something that I've actually relied on a little bit myself. Whenever I get to a low point where I think, why do I even bother? I just remind myself, this is where most people stop, and this is why they don't win.